Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
This is really a fun place to come to, Loganville RC Speedway.
Start of the race.
There's our driver. This is just like being out at the Indianapolis 500. This is a fun place to come to. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment. This is Paul Mullins with another segment of Feed the Goats. Today we're going to try Cheerios out. Let's see if the goats like Cheerios. Yeah. You like Cheerios? Oh yeah, you both like Cheerios, don't you? You like Cheerios, don't you? Oh yeah. Yeah, you like Cheerios. You're gonna stick your head in there and get some, don't you? Dad, leave them alone. Here. Let's pull this out. How about getting in here and getting the Cheerios? How you like Cheerios? Oh yeah, you like Cheerios, don't you? Good bad, there's some Cheerios. Yeah. Okay, now here's some cabbage. I know you like cabbage. Yes, you always like cabbage. You like the crunchy top too, don't you? Like the crunch. Here, you want a little crunch? There you go. Like that crunch. Sophie, you're just too much of a picky eater. You're just a picky eater. Quit that, don't butter. Okay, ready for some more Cheerios? That's it. Well, it says have a heart-to-heart about your heart health. So I guess they're going to have good hearts because they like Cheerios. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
There is
did it. He did it. Dance like the weight has been lifted. He did it. He did it. Dance like the weight has been lifted. He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Sing dance like the weight has been lifted. He did it. He did it. He did it. Somebody shout. Shout like the chains have been broken. He did it. He did it. He did it. Sing shout like the chains have been broken. He did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Sing he did it. 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 He saved me. He raised me. He did it. Holy Spirit. Spirit of the Lord, very sweet, very sweet. Sing Holy Spirit of the Lord. Spirit of the Lord, very sweet, very sweet. Come out of the darkness as you are into the fullness of your love. Holy Spirit, let there be freedom. Let there be freedom. Hallelujah.
And then we are to begin this prayer tonight. How many know that God is good and He's good all the time? And if we could all take a moment and testify, it would all end up with the goodness of God. Amen. Worship with us as we sing.
Your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head,
Good evening, everybody. All right, y'all anchor down. Here we go. I'll pray for to get on by here. Let's give glory to God. Now, I'm the first topic tonight, and if I can keep my pages still, it'll be good. We don't have long, so we gotta move forward in a hurry. I want to share with you a passage, Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 10. That's kind of a launching point where we're going tonight, and we're going to look at tonight when you hear from these pastors the 7 gates of hell. And we're going to be looking at places where we've allowed the culture to slip into our churches. And in the book of Ephesians, and when we look at chapter 3 and verse number 10, it is the key verse in the entire book of Ephesians. And the passage says that it was God's intent. He's giving us, when the author tells us the intent of the passage, we don't have to look much further. Amen? And the book says what the book says. In Ephesians 3:10 it says that it was God's intent that now through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known. Now many churches today are doing anything but displaying the manifold wisdom of God. Now the question that I'm going to try my best very quickly to answer for you is, what is the manifold wisdom of God? The Church of Jesus Christ is a different organization. When the Lord says that the church is to display the manifold wisdom of God, I want you to know the church is different from any other kind of entity that exists. It functions on a different plane. The church is different. We can't be like the culture. We can't act like the culture. We can't take the things that the culture believes. We can't take the things that the culture expresses and bring them into the church of Jesus Christ. Now the one thing is, we have many denominations here tonight that none of us should disagree on is the inerrancy, the authority of the Word of God. That's where we get our message. That's where we get our song. That's where we get our being from. The church is a different entity. It survives on different food, thrives on different meals. It exists for a different purpose. It is not secular. The church is not a business. It does not prosper by quotas. It's mysterious by nature. It's unstoppable through the Spirit. It has its origin in God Himself, and it breathes life by way of the Holy Spirit. When we look at the Word of God, we want to know and we want to express for you tonight the manifold wisdom of God. Preach and understand.
The Loganville prayer on the green was just rained out. It was a good turnout for this, and I think it would have been very informative and a lot of good singing, but it got rained out, and it's getting kind of dark here. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment. Today we're going to see if Raven likes Cheerios. Here, try some Cheerios. You like Cheerios? Yeah, you like Cheerios, don't you? Well, we've got a new segment, Feed the Cat, and we see that Raven does like Cheerios. Now we'll go out and see if the goats like it. You're a Cheerio girl, aren't you? You like those Cheerios. Here, some right here. Here's some. Well, I think we have a winner. I think Raven likes Cheerios. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Joel Burnstead, and I'm the Walton County Extension Agent in the area of Ag and Natural Resources. Just wanted to say hello today and invite you to come out and visit our new office on Criswell Road at Criswell Park. We have several programs going on throughout the summer. We're about to get ready to kick off our Master Gardener training program for adults. So if you're an adult and you're interested in gardening and want to learn more, we do have a program that will start September 5th. You can call or stop by our office for more information or fill out an application. We also offer soil and water testing services through our office. So with your lawn or garden, soil testing, we recommend doing it at least on an annual basis. And the cost of that test is $10, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Aside from soil testing, we also offer a variety of water tests through the University of Georgia Water Lab. If you live on a well, the CDC recommends having your well tested on an annual basis. And again, we offer a variety of tests, including bacteria, heavy metals, and things of that nature. So we're well equipped to give you more information on that and to have a consult with you if you were interested in those tests. And again, those tests vary according to prices, but we'll be happy to share that information with you. Our 4-H'ers have had a summer full of camps. We have a few more weeks to go and we're wrapping up, but if you have a 5th and 6th grader interested in the 4-H program, we do offer various programs that your child can get involved with. And we would be happy to speak with you on that. We have 3 full-time 4-H staff here at the Walton County office, and you can stop by or give us a call if you or your child would be interested in any of those programs. Thank you.
Let her tell us a little bit about Walton Youth Project, and you'll probably hear a familiar theme of where it kind of started from and where it's kind of headed now, and we'll just let her take over the floor and go from there.
Well,
Thanks for being here, Tish.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I am going to put myself on a timer, y'all, because I'll go. So I'm Tisha McCrae, and I'm with the Walton Youth Project. Thank you, Paul, for inviting me, and Jeff for the introduction. I'm just going to pass out a little literature about us and tell you what we do. So we are a grassroots organization. We're a not-for-profit. We've been around about 12 years. We started as part of the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth, and then we formed our own not-for-profit about 7 years ago. And the main purpose is to compile a group of teenagers and young adults called the Walton Youth Advocacy Board. You guys may have heard of us. And we interview kids from all over Walton County, high school and college age. And then what those kids do is they develop grassroots initiatives in their community. We did a bullying video about 12 years ago. We used to do House of Addictions. Some of you guys may remember that haunted house that happened over there at the Old Monroe Area High School. We've done screen-free events where people check in their phones and have some good old-fashioned fun. Since COVID, we've really been partnering a lot with Social Circle City Schools and Walton County Schools for their out-of-school time programming. That's like the Leap and Rise program here in Walton County, and then we do separate things in Social Circle. We've been at George Walton Academy for Red Ribbon Week. We provide drug and alcohol education. We're certified to teach the Joshua's Law class that everyone needs to get their driver's license. We did that at Monroe Country Day School the past 3 years. So we do a lot with this group of what we have now is 25 teenagers. We're real active on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, our little link is there, but it's called the Walton Youth Project, where you can see a ton of pictures of what we're doing in the community. The things we've got going this summer, though, is we just hosted a lunch and learn with the Monroe PD and with Northeast Resilient Georgia, where we talked about vaping and drugs and alcohol and sort of the things that people are getting arrested for in Walton County, families and teens. And they were telling it, we learned a lot at that. It was mostly for parents and educators, but the teenagers who were there like videoing and volunteering were like, wow, I didn't even know that, you know, how much this much meth cost, or how much this much cocaine was, or how many people were getting in trouble for this drug versus that drug. So sometimes we learn just by volunteering. and then the kids will say, hey, we need to do something. Like, we need to see if we can help with that. And that's really where our summer plans have kind of come into effect, is from things we've learned about in the community. So when Jeff was talking about your road race and your golf tournament, we can provide team volunteers for stuff if you guys need that. A 7 a.m. road race, probably not as easy to recruit as an evening golf tournament with teenagers, but we do have those early risers who might turn up. So we do the fall festival here in Monroe. We help out them a lot. We do a lot with DDA. So just let us know if you've got a need, and I can usually shoot at least a couple of kids and myself over there to give you guys a hand. But to get back to this summer and to what you have in front of you, so we're doing two things. You know there's a pitch for money because we've got a calendar fundraiser going on now. That's the blue paper in the back. And that is where we're asking people to sponsor one day. So if you want to sponsor July 1st, you give us $1. If you want to sponsor today, you would give us $6. If you want to sponsor the 31st, you give us $31. And that's just, if we fill up a calendar, it's $500 for our group. So we were recommended to do that this year instead of, we've done Boston Butt fundraisers forever. I don't know if y'all know Cindy Little from The Fish. She's donated those to us almost every year, and we've done that. That really fell off after COVID, though. People didn't want to buy barbecue anymore, I guess. So one of our board members suggested this fundraiser, and it's our first year doing it. So we did have some former mayors and current mayors who jumped on that challenge, and they donated $100. So Dan Curry, who's on our board of directors, did that. John Howard wanted it to be made known that he donated $101. And then Mayor Keener from Social Circle donated $100 as well. So that's been pretty successful, and it's only been going on about a month. Wow. So yeah, so we've been really happy about that. But what are we using our money for is the next question, right? We have found this little niche where we don't do exactly what Team Up and Boys and Girls Club and SSA do. I know y'all have all heard of them, and we do work with them. Like, we go into Team Up with our mental health outreach and work with their kids. We do the Red Ribbon Week stuff for for SSA at Social Circle. But what we've kind of gotten into is those middle kids. So not necessarily the lower income kids who qualify for some services. Like, they qualify for school supplies and hygiene supplies from SSA. They qualify for $1 childcare after school from Boys and Girls Club. But our kids don't do that necessarily, right? They don't have the option to play football because it's $700 a season. So we'll offer after school flag football, it's free. Or they can't qualify for a $450 camp that Georgia Tech hosts that's down in Atlanta. So what we did this winter is some of our alumni got trained to do that camp. We went down to Georgia Tech to their leadership, and we learned about their STEM camp, and we took their exact activities and we plopped it in to Monroe Area High School last month, and we did that for free as part of the 21st Century program. So what we're doing in July is that exact camp again, but we're over at the Board of Ed Annex, and we're doing it for $50 a kid. The way we're able to do that is we got a grant about 2 years ago from the Walton County Healthcare Foundation, and we are just squeezing every last penny out of that $20,000. We've got about really $1,400 left, and that's how we're able to fund this camp that we're offering. That's what that long letter is about. Excuse me. We sent a letter out to all the stakeholders in the community back in May, excuse me, to say, hey, recommend our camp to your kids. We're not free like Boys and Girls Club or Team Up, but we also don't have to have kids who are on free and reduced lunch. So we can be those kids who are latchkey kids, like I was saying before, whose parents may not have resources to get them to camp every day in the summer or may not have the money to spend. So we're kind of offering something in between. And that's been really successful for us. We've been able to reach a lot of kids that way. It serves a dual purpose though, because if you're having high schoolers in charge of a camp, it can't necessarily be a camp full of troubled kids. So we do, for our camp, we require a behavior note either from a parent or a counselor, not the parent of the kid, but like a coach or someone at church or an administrator at school, just so that we don't have, a bunch of troubled kids trying to do distillation and soil inoculation and all of this stuff that we're doing. We took a group 2 weeks ago over to Carver Middle and we cleaned out their whole greenhouse. We redid the landscaping out front. They have a new principal out there now, and he allowed us to come out on a field trip and do that stuff. So that's sort of where we are in the community. Does anyone have questions about what we do or where we're at?
For the age groups that you're targeting, or these camps?
Middle school. So rising 6th graders through 9th graders, and again, that's partly a self-preservation move because we have teens running it, so we don't want little bitties. And then we don't want to have a ton of adults there too. So it'll be me, 3 other adults, and then the rest are kids. And all the adults we're using are there on that list. I don't know if any of y'all know Barbara Bastian from the Monroe Diversity Council. She owns Gwinnett the skincare place there, one in Gwinnett and one on Broad Street right by the Tribune. She's doing our wellness part. We have a couple of counselors who are going to be on board. So we've been really lucky to have a lot of support from the community to help us put it on.
Where do you hold the camps at? They at the schools?
Mm-hmm. They're in schools, yeah. Social Circle does one. That's more of an after school than a summer camp thing. And then the one we did this summer was at Monroe area. And this one's going to be at the BOE Annex. Yeah, so that's what we've got going and who we're serving. Again, if you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. We're happy to provide volunteers for you guys if you need them. And I thank you for having me out.
Anybody got any questions? Well, I don't know if you know a lot about what Kiwanis does as a whole, but what you're trying to support and what we support is, I mean, it's a straight line.
Right.
We support the children in our community.
Right.
Whether it be ones that shop at the cop, or we support Fish, we support SSA, we support all these big folks that you mentioned. So it's great to have another organization that we can support. I will say that we had you coming in quick, we had kind of last minute. I didn't have time to go to the board and come up with a donation amount, but our commitment to you is to get a donation for your cause.
I'm happy for the opportunity to tell you guys what we do, so that's great.
So that will come, so don't think we'll forget about you, but we'll definitely make that happen once we have time to sit down and talk about what the appropriate amount is. And we'll either let you back, have another lunch with us, and just enjoy with us.
No, thank you so much for having me. I'm always happy to get it out there because a lot of people confuse us with Youth Leadership Walton, which is the Chamber of Commerce group. Another great group, but they're more focused on like leadership training, and we're more like initiatives and boots on the ground kind of things.
Do y'all have a home base where you meet?
At the BOE.
Is that where it is? Okay, gotcha.
Why don't you mention during COVID they made those masks and stuff like that? Why don't you go into that?
During COVID, we got some funding for 3D printers, and we provided 1,000 of the masks, the silicone face masks, and probably I think 5,000 or 6,000 of the fabric ones. We had everybody in Walton County sewing those things and putting them together. Yeah, that was fun.
How do you get kids in I know how the Walton leadership, youth leadership does it. They have people that are not really there. 20-something of them there. So do you have people that join like a club or?
Yeah, we just go through, we just put flyers out.
And they join?
And they interview and then they join. So the way it's worked with us is it kind of picks up momentum from previous kids. They'll be like, hey, fill out an application. But we get counselors sometimes to recommend them. But it's a little different from Youth Leadership Walton because we don't necessarily want the cream of the crop best leaders on paper. We kind of want the kids who are interested in doing something. And I get why they do it that way with Youth Leadership because they partner with UGA and they have pretty strict guidelines they have to follow. We don't have that. So we put flyers out in schools and then count on teachers and counselors and kids.
How many members do you have?
Right now we have 25 and we're on a wait list, which I hate saying out loud, but I know.
Is that what you want?
We want 25. We're not supposed to have more than that, but we had 50 who applied. So we had to kick some back, which is always kind of heartbreaking.
Is that due to funding or just?
It's due to funding.
Gotcha.
Funding, and when you get a big group of kids like that, it kind of starts factioning off. And so the first year I was there, we took 35 and it was too many. We couldn't really do anything and because of the money, we couldn't take them anywhere. Small group like that's easier.
Well, love to have another, like I said, I'd love to have another partner to work with.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you letting us know there's volunteers available. We may take you up on that and get some of those out there because we're always looking for hands at events that we do.
Sweet teenagers, they're a good group of kids, y'all. They always say they make us look good because they're so thoughtful and hardworking.
And we were chatting before she got up to speak earlier about how important it is to get kids involved so they come and join organizations like Kiwanis in the future to keep these organizations thriving and moving, because without that buy-in from the younger generation,
that's right.
It's a scary thing for our civic organizations. It really is when you look at the numbers on paper. So
that's a great point. I do tell the kids that, like, you guys at your age need to Like, you need to start thinking about being leaders in your community and not necessarily just, paint a fence or whatever. So hopefully together we can get them on board with that.
We certainly appreciate, again, the short notice being here. Thanks for the information. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Good morning, Walton County, and my name is Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. The summer is winding to an end, which means we have a few weeks left of our main season at our splash park. It's been going very well, except for the pop-up showers and the thunderstorms that we have that forces us to close it down when those come up. But look at the weather. You see it's nice. We're open Tuesday through Sunday, usually starting at around 10 o'clock. And then ending around 5 o'clock. And then we do private rentals as well. If you'd like to rent it after hours on a weekday or a weekend, you can do that as well by calling our office or going to waltoncountyga.gov or calling one of our local offices at the community centers. They'll be glad to rent that for you. And you can have a birthday party or a gathering, whatever you'd like to have. They've been fairly booked up this year. So it's a good time for all the kids to go. It's hot outside. It's a great place to go and cool off at the splash park at Ayers Park in between. It's right across from the driver's license facility. So if you haven't been out there before, it's a great place to go. We also opened up the Frisbee golf course out there at Ayers Park. The Frisbee Golf Club has gone in and donated some concrete to concrete the tee pads. The course is very challenging, my understanding, and a lot of competitive golfers or Frisbee golfers are going out there and playing. I understand it's very nice and it's very open. You won't lose your Frisbees if you want to go out. You can use regular Frisbees if you want, but if you're a Frisbee golfer, you know that you have all the different type Frisbees for wherever you're throwing at or around to get to the basket. Our fall sports programs are, we finished up our registrations. We're selecting teams now, ordering uniforms, getting prepared, and our participating numbers are as high as they've been. We usually go up 2 or 3% each year, so we're up about 300 or 400 kids from last year. So we have a busy fall ahead of us, and all of that football and cheerleading and baseball and softball, soccer, cross country, all of that is going on at one time in the fall. So it's our busiest time of the year that we have of all our seasons. With that being said, our current season that we're in, our summer basketball and our summer volleyball programs are both doing well. We're probably 3/4 of the way through those seasons, and we'll be winding up here pretty soon with both of those. Our all-star baseball seasons from the spring have already finished their tournaments, and we did have several teams that won the state championships in baseball this year. Our 5- and 6-year-old team in the American division won the championship. Our National League team from West Walton as well won the state championship. Our 10-year-old team from Social Circle in the American division won the state championship. But we had altogether, we had 8 teams that advanced from the regional play to the state tournament. So all of our teams did very well this year in the baseball side of things. On the girls' side, they also did very well. They play in what's called the Tri-County, which is Gwinnett, Winder, and Gwinnett, Walton, and Barra counties joined together. It's a huge softball event. It's kind of scattered out through Gwinnett County each year, and some of those teams did very well as well. So we have a lot going on here at the rec department. The grass is growing extremely fast, so if you go to a park and it looks like it needs cutting, I assure you my guys are coming in within the week. We usually make it around our rounds once a week, but weather sometimes holds us up, so we apologize if some of the parks are getting a little high grass out there right now, but they will be getting to it as soon as possible as weather allows us to get in and around all the parks. So please go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov, find a park near you, go out, utilize it. We've got a lot of new projects that are up and coming. We're still working on the plans for the Walnut Grove Park with the amphitheater and the new softball complex, new community center. All those things are being bid out right now, and it came over budget a little bit to begin with, so we're going back to the to rebid those projects to try to get them within budget. We're hoping to start those things in September now, so we're delayed a little bit from our original July start to possibly getting started in September, but we're trying to be mindful of all the taxpayer dollars that we that we've collected through our SPLOST and through our bonds and things like that that we've gotten. So trying to spend those wisely and get as many elements in the park as possible. We really don't want to take anything out of the park because it is a massive piece of land that was donated to the county, that just the old Corn Dogs location, that we want to make sure we get all of the elements in there that we can for the citizens of Walton County. We're trying to put some things in there that don't necessarily have in the counties or in Loganville or in Monroe or in Social Circle that we can put in that piece of property, or things that we just have outgrown, like our West Walton Athletic Complex, which is by far our largest place to have our youth programs, where we've just really expanded to as far as we can. We really need more facilities for the citizens of that end of the county. So looking forward to getting that going. Our Social Circle Park, which is our newest community center, is finished. Now we have a walking track around the pond there, so that is up and running. So our pickleball courts at Criswell Park are also in the midst of construction. We already have 4 new courts on the outside. The concrete's already been poured, waiting on it to cure, and then we'll put the pickleball court lines down. So we'll have more pickleball courts in the county. 4 more will be going indoors at Criswell Park. So we'll end up with the 4 in between that are very, very busy. We'll have 4 more at Criswell, 4 more on the inside at Criswell, and hopefully we'll have another one out at South Walton. And then we're trying to squeeze that into Walnut Grove plans as well. So pickleball is a fast growing sport, and a lot of people want to play. A lot of seniors, a lot of youth, and just regular adults that want to play that. So we need as many courts out there as we can. So I have a lot going on this fall. I didn't realize I was going to have quite that much to talk about today, but we'll bring you more in a few weeks. Thank you very much. See you at the park soon. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Monroe, Walton Center for the Arts. This is our tiny art show, but it is going away. By the time you see this video, we will have a new show in the gallery. It is called Old Meets New, and it's kind of a duo show of both pottery, representing the old arts, as it is probably the most ancient of all the ways that people express themselves through making functional things beautiful. So we have old, which is pottery, meets new. New is digital art, which encompasses everything from digital photography to digitally manipulated images to wholly creative art made on iPads and things of that nature. So that's representing the new. It is a show and sell, which means that the artists will be refreshing things as things are bought. And the potters, I think we have around 15 potters in the show, and to enter the show they had to agree to create at least 20 pieces. So we'll have, like I said, 12 to 15, I think, potters in the show, with tables set up with at least 20 items on them. We'll have the digital art as well. Everything will be for sale. You can take it home the day that you buy it, and it will be a continually refreshed show with new things coming in. So if you see the show one week, come back a couple of weeks later, you'll see some new things. So do visit. That show opens July 12th and it runs for, I forget, about a month, 6 weeks. It'll end up about the middle of or end of August. So that's Old Meets New is the next show coming into the gallery. In July, we have 2 more summer camps, but they are sold out. We even added an extra camp this year. Next year, maybe we'll look at trying to add some more weeks to our camps, because they sell out early. Our July camps were basically sold out in June. And the June camps were sold out basically in May. So be looking for the 2024 camps. They're held in June and July of every year. We have 5 weeks right now as it stands of camps, and we will open registration for our camps for next year. Usually by April 1st, we have everything organized and ready to throw out there for people to register. And I do recommend that you go ahead and register as soon as you know that you are interested, because they do sell out. Our space here is limited, and we are praying for a miracle to happen somehow. We need to expand. Kind of my own personal goal is for us to have an education annex where we have where we still have this building. Of course, we love our location here in downtown Monroe, but we need a space where we can grow a little bit with our classes, because we are very limited in what we in our space here. So pray along with us that we can make that happen somehow by purchasing a house or a building, or doing something, partnering with somebody who wants to work with us to offer that educational space. Anyway, so that is summer camp. We are offering some new classes in July. We have a podcast class. Podcasting, of course, is a very popular way of getting the word out about whatever you want to do. And we will have a podcaster here, Kathy Nichols. She will be here. She's an author. She's also been on numerous TV shows and radio, things of that, other media. But she also runs her own podcast. She is going to teach you how to set up and run your own podcast. And if you register for her class, you also get one of her books. She's an author as well. So it's a really good deal. I think it's $20 if you're a member, $25 if you're not. And that is on Saturday, July 15th. It's a 2-hour class. So if you go to our website, monroewaltonarts.org, you'll find everything there, all the links to all the classes. You can also, of course, come in to visit us here at the Art Center, pick up a class list. We try to keep it updated. We have a couple of new classes that are not quite ready yet to throw out on paper, but we have a drawing class for kids that we're going to launch sometime in the next 2-3 weeks, I hope. And we may even have a belly dancing class, which is a lot of the things that we do here are based on wellness and how creativity and expression is good for you, and healing. And so we have a lady who is interested in teaching belly dancing. So we lost our Tai Chi teacher, and that class is going really well. She moved to another state, so we are hoping to just continue that thought of expression and movement is good for you. And that's a lot of what we're about here with the arts as well, with our Art MD Healing Art Kits, our Healing Art classes, the Artistic Shelter class that we offer for grief. So that's kind of continuing in that wellness kind of vein. So we always have something new and exciting going on here. Our soiree in July is on the 22nd, and it will feature at least a pottery project and some spin art as well, which is kind of a fun thing. The pottery project will be making a little toad home or fairy house for your garden. It offers a little sheltering place for frogs and toads, and that will be the pottery project from 11 to 3 on July 22nd. That will be our Saturday soiree project. So come join us, come see what we have going on, and we hope to see you soon.
Good Monday morning. We're here at the hot dog stand here at Fish for Kids, and so today the kids will be receiving hot dogs and as well as other proteins such as yogurt and other cheese and of course there are chips and cookies and bottle of water and juice box. And so it'll be a busy day here. We are serving the children Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right now. This helps our volunteers who give their gas money. Pretty much they all donate their gas in their vehicles on the delivery, so this keeps that down. So that's the reason why we do 2 meals on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the kids. And so we start every morning at 9:30 in the Fish for Kids building, which is located here at the Fish Thrift Store in Monroe on Spring Street at 424 East Spring Street. If you would like to help with that, you can go online to www.fishofwalton.org. Sign up for a day or a time that you'd like to come. Normally they get started at 9:30. By 11 o'clock they're done with almost 2,000 sack lunches. Of course, it's actually double that, so it's actually 4,000 each day. So if you would like to help us, we'd love to have you. If you would like to give, you can also go to that website, www.fishofwalton.org, and give. $70 will pay for the whole summer for a child and get them a hygiene kit. So if you would like to do that as well. This summer is more costly than any summer we've had, mainly because of the food prices. And it's also hard to find because we need lots. We don't need just a case or two. We need cases of stuff. We've had problems getting our juice boxes, and hopefully those will be coming in the end of June. Because as you know, when the summer is over and the kids go back to school, we still feed children for the weekend, the Backpack Buddies program, so that they have food in their backpacks on Friday. So busy time here, but a good time. Thankful that we can help these families. There's definitely more families in need due to the huge prices that the food is starting to cost, almost double. Sad thing is, it's not only double, but the packaging is smaller. They need to choose one or the other, not both, right? But anyway, we'd love to have you come and help. If you have a child that needs these bags, if you would please call the 770-207-4357. That's 207-HELP, and let them know that your child is not on a route, and then we'll do what we can to make sure your child gets served this summer. So thanks. And also another opportunity to help out is at the Fish for Kids golf tournament, which is June 19th. We're starting to fill that up. We always have a really good time. We're very blessed with Chick-fil-A that provides breakfast that morning, and Longhorns provides lunch. It's sponsored by Tim Stewart Funeral Home. We appreciate them and what they do, and the Stone Mountain Pecan Company. So if you'd like to participate in that, we have a lot of fun and get fed really good. So there's just a lot of opportunities to help financially, give of your service and your time, which is also priceless to us. And we're just thankful that we're able to do this for these families and help their summer to be a little bit easier on them, especially with the food. So come out and help us out. And we actually, Fridays is going to be hot dog day after this week. We were letting our great leader, Summer Hill, who pretty much leads the summer food program. She went on vacation the first week, and so we kept the hot dogs going so that it would be easier on her when she came back. We are appreciative of Summer and her whole family that helped lead this, as well as Mr. John Baumgartner, who does all of our ordering and keeps the cost down as much as he can. And he does that as a volunteer, and is just incredible. So come on out and help us serve this community. And pray for our homeless. We have a huge homeless problem. And so some of these kids will probably get served in their cars where they're living. We try to get these families out of their vehicles. But economical housing is hard to find. So continue for your prayers for Fish for Kids, and Fish Medical and Dental. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, the Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I would like to come to you this morning and speak to you as telling you about our last collaborative meeting of the summer. Will be next Tuesday. That will be June the 20th on Tuesday at 8 a.m. and we will host that in Social Circle for this month, and that will be at Church at the Grove, and that's behind Blue Willow Inn, well, the former Blue Willow Inn restaurant. And we will also have that via Zoom. And if you're interested in attending that meeting, please contact me and I will send you the link for that meeting. Everyone is invited to attend those meetings, and as I said, that is the last meeting that we'll have for the summer. We do take July off because attendance drops off for the summer. As school is out, people are on vacation, but we will pick our meetings back up in August as school, you know, summer is quick, so kids are back in school July 1. August 1st, not July 1st, but August 1st, and summer's short. So we will take July off. We'll be back in August. So we hope you'll join us for that June meeting in Social Circle. So moving on, I'd like to share how busy we are this summer. We are helping Fish out this summer with the summer feeding program for Fish for Kids. And if you are not busy this summer and you don't have much going on, I know a lot of folks are showing up at Fish, volunteering, making those summer lunches for the kids, and I think they're feeding around 2,000 kids this summer. And I know we do have a lot of folks showing up to volunteer, and they do ask that you sign up online. And those days that they're showing up to volunteer are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I have a flyer here for those days. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes on those days. And the first time is assembly of lunches is 9:30 to 10:30. And then cleanup and prep is from 10:30 until 12. It's a lot of fun, it's a great experience, and it's great teamwork. So if you've never experienced that, it's for churches, civic organizations, individuals. If you just want to get out of the house and do something for, you know, just to give back. Myself and Tisha Finn, who works with me, we do that on Mondays, and she does camp, so she can't do that on Wednesdays, but I do it on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it just it makes you feel good to give back and meet different people and different organizations and different churches. So if you have the spare time to do that, I encourage you to do that as well. So if you want to sign up for that, just go to www.fishofwalton.org and sign up online for that. And you do have to sign up for each individual day if you would like to do that. So like I said, they do feed kids each day of the summer. So that is for that. And then we here at the partnership are doing a camp this summer, and that is July 17th through the 21st. That camp is $49, and that is July 17th through the 21st, and that will be here at the Board of Ed Annex. And if you have questions about that, you can contact myself at dina.huff@walton.k12.ga.us. My direct line is 770-207-3175, or Tisha Finn, tisha.finn@walton.k12.ga.us, and Tisha's direct line is 770-207-3174. So she is actually the director of that program, and that is her direct line. So if you're interested in sending your 8th through 6th through 9th grader to that camp, please sign your kid up for that program. And they have a lot of interesting things going on at that camp, and that should be a fun camp to send your 6th through 9th grader to. So if you're interested in that camp, call us, and as you can tell, I don't know much about that camp, so I can point you in the direction of Tisha's phone number or email. So let us know if you're interested. And that's just a little bit about what we have going on and what we're doing for the summer. So no, we're not just sitting around doing nothing for the summer. So if you're interested in helping us out, doing anything with fish, so do get busy. So I hope you all are enjoying your summer, and we hope to see you all soon. Thank you. Here's a little bit of information about the camp. Walton Wise, this is the camp put on by the Walton Youth Project. It's Wellness, Ingenuity, Science, and Engineering. And it's July 17th through the 21st from 2 until 7 p.m. at Walton County Board of Ed Annex. And campers will prepare their own snacks and optional dinner every day. So, they need a behavior recommendation from the school, admin, or staff due to equipment used in interactive camp model. So if you're interested, please contact us. We would love to have you. Look forward to seeing you.
4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.